This game and the stream broadcast rights to this game are the sole and exclusive property of the WPIAL. Any broadcast of this game is intended exclusively for the benefit of the North Catholic Sports Network audience. Any use, rebroadcast, or distribution of this broadcast without the express written consent of the WPIAL is prohibited.
Trib Live High School Sports Network is the official video and audio streaming partner of the WPIAL. We broadcast over 2,000 sporting events each year and cover 17 sports in over 170 schools. At HSSN, you'll find the latest in high school sports news, live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. Trib Live High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Trojan Game Day. We are coming to you from Barth and Graham Court on the campus of North Catholic. Your Trojanettes meet the Pine Richland Rams right here on the North Catholic Sports Network and Trib Live High School Sports Network. Hello, everyone. I'm Sean Malone alongside Phil O'Hara. Welcome to our live coverage of the annual Don Graham Classic. The Trojanettes and Rams are getting set to tip things off in our first varsity matchup of the day. We just finished up a boys JV game. It was a hard fought. Pine Richland won 56-53. Before that, in the girls JV game, North Catholic won by 14, 40-26. And in the freshman game, the high scorers on the day, the boys freshman team with 77 points to Pine Richland's 42. So this is our fourth game of the day, Phil, but our first varsity game. What do you expect to see in the varsity action today?
Well, first off, Sean, let me say, number one, it's great to be here with you on this Saturday here in early January. The excitement here inside of Barth and Graham Court is pretty electric with the 3 games already underway. And it's just super excited to be here. Glad everybody could join us on the North Catholic Sports Network as well. I'll tell you, I think this is going to be a good test for the Trojanettes. They have played some really, really tough non-conference, non-section games against some really top-notch teams.
Yeah, you bring that up. On paper, this looks like a little bit of a mismatch. The Trojanettes have won their last 2 games, while the Rams have lost their last 2. Overall, the Trojanettes are 6-3, and the Rams find themselves at 2-7. But we have to keep in mind the Rams are a 6A team. The Trojanettes are a 3A team, and as you said, most of those losses for Pine Richland have come against teams ranked in the top 5 in their respective classifications.
That's exactly right, Sean. I mean, one of the stories of this game is don't overlook either of these teams' records. You know, you look at the 6-3 for the Trojanettes, and you might think that it's been a slow year for them. They've lost to number 1 in 6A North Allegheny, number 1 in 5A Chartiers Valley. Maybe a little bit of a hiccup there against Oakland Catholic that they lost, but certainly this is a good Trojanettes team. But then on the other side of it, that 2-7 for the Pine Richland Lady Rams, and you might overlook that. But the truth of the matter is, you're right, they're going against good 6A and 5A competition, and they're going to give the Trojanettes a good game here today.
Yeah, we are about 30 seconds away from sending it down to the floor for the anthem and the lineups. And yep, that's what we're going to do right now, so we will be back with you in just a minute. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. North Catholic High School welcomes you to Barth and Graham Court for tonight's non-section matchup between the Pine Richland Rams and your North Catholic Trojanettes. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. And now for the introduction of tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visitors, the Pine Richland Rams. Starting at guard, junior, number 1, Sarah Pfeiffer. Starting at guard, senior, number 5, Gianna Reichard. Starting at guard, senior, number 10, Christina Yarbrough. Starting at forward, sophomore, number 23, Madison Zavasky. And starting at guard, freshman, number 30, Katie Pfeiffer. The Rams are coached by Kyle DiGregorio. And now let's meet tonight's starting lineup for your North Catholic Trojanettes. Starting at forward, senior, number 4, Anastasia Peterson. Starting at guard, junior, number 10, Anna Waskowitz. Starting at guard, sophomore, number 11, Elena Rocco. Starting at guard, junior, number 12, Daisha Lewandowski. And starting at guard, junior, number 30, Tori Drevna. The Trojanettes are coached by Molly Rotman. All right, that was the starting lineups for both teams. For Pine Richland, it's the Pfeiffer sisters, Reichard, Yarbrough, Zavasky. For North Catholic, Peterson, Waskowitz, Rocco, Lewandowski, and Drevna. And right now, one of my favorite things about this team is they do the Hail Mary before the game in the lane. That's a cool tradition for North Catholic girls basketball.
Yeah, very, very proud tradition. Teams throughout the years have been doing that. Always great to see it. As a matter of fact, they put it on the cover of their program this year. So there it is, just to kind of show how important it is. It's right on the cover of the program. Sean, I'll tell you, one thing that's interesting for us is that we are courtside this year, not up in the crow's nest.
Yeah, definitely a different angle. From an announcing perspective, there's definitely positives and negatives from that. You don't get to see the flow of the play as much, but you can see just how fast and strong and talented they are.
Yes.
As Daisha Lewandowski kind of crosses over underneath the basket, reverse layup with her right hand as North Catholic gets off to a quick start. And then Pine Richland turns the ball over immediately. So in the first 13 seconds, we've already got a field goal for the Trojanettes and a turnover. Things are off to the right start for them. Pine Richland is man-to-man defense. North Catholic.
The Trojanettes in that weave up top.
Elena Rocco, a deep
three for Elena Rocco.
Net. 3 for Elena Rocco. 5-0 North Catholic. Pine Richland is going to try to have a lot of dribble drive into the paint. They've got some good shooters. And that was, I believe, their freshman, Katie Pfeiffer, getting around Tori Drevna. And Elena Rocco had to come over and help. And that's going to be her first foul of the game.
Quick note on Rocco. She's always been known, first off, she's a sophomore. Always been known to get to the hoop. But there, early on, she showed her range. That shot was right in front of us here, Sean.
Yeah, that was a good 4 or 5 feet behind the three-point line for Elena Rocco. She definitely has a very extensive range as Pine Richland's Katie Pfeiffer goes 1 for 2 at the line. North Catholic fast break, Lewandowski up to Waskowitz, who misses the layup, but she was fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
It's a good job by the Trojanettes getting it up the floor, even on the make.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit of careless defense there from
Indeed.
Pine Richland, not getting back in time. Waskowitz's first goes in and out. She will get a second one. Her second free throw is good, putting North Catholic up 6-1. Katie Pfeiffer working against Drevna for the Rams. She gives the ball off to Zavasky, who gets right into the lane and lays it in.
Nice fake.
6-3. And North Catholic turns it over after a long scramble for the ball. Pine Richland looking to attack. It's a three-pointer, and that one was missed.
You know, Sean, I'll tell you what will be interesting here is that number 23 there, Zavaski, has a little bit of height. That's something the Trojanettes don't have, really, especially with losing Ava Walker for the season.
Yeah, Zavaski is listed at 5'10".
She misses that first one.
She looks a little taller than 5'10" to me. But we've also Daisha Lewandowski and Elena Rocco are probably about the same height for North Catholic, but they do normally play guard. So it'll have to be a team rebounding effort for North Catholic today as they maintain a 2-point lead. It's Drevna now trying to drive in, and the ball is stolen away from her by Katie Pfeiffer.
Unforced error there by the Trojanettes. That's something they don't want. Wow.
And there is going to be a foul on the floor, as that was Christina Yarbrough taking it to the hoop for Pine Richland. In
nice
your
take.
notes pregame, and we had talked about this, Pine Richland really likes to just try to drive the ball, work one-on-one. Their coach is the brother of Dave DiGregorio. His name is Kyle DiGregorio for Pine Richland. And if you've watched North Catholic boys basketball for the past 3 years, it's all about getting into the lane, either making a layup or kicking it out for a three. And so we can expect to see a steady diet of dribble drives from Pine Richland today.
And so far, I've been impressed with their ability to get in the lane. They're not afraid to take it in there.
Here's a three, and it's made by Gianna Reichard. There it is. Zavaski drove into the paint, kicked it out to Reichard, who made the three. And Pine Richland was down 6-1. Suddenly they're up 7-6, although Daisha Lewandowski will be able to bring the Trojanettes back into the lead if she makes both of her free throws. Her first rolls off the front of the rim and in, tying the game at 7. Lewandowski has 3 points so far on the day. And she makes the next one and puts North Catholic up 8-7. Zavaski getting into the lane again, kicks it out. No shot there this time for Yarbrough. She's almost trapped in the corner, but gives it to Zavaski. Good help defense there from the Trojanettes. Forces Zavaski into a tough shot. Anastasia Peterson dives on the ground to get the loose ball. Lewandowski trying to get in. And I think that hit the rim.
That hit the
something.
net. It did. Her pass hit the net.
But Elena Rocco hustles back on defense, kicks it ahead to Lewandowski, who lays it up and in with the right hand.
Need.
This is a really fast-paced game so far. 10-7, and we're not even halfway through this quarter. Long two. Oh, they're going to give that a three. Looked like it might have been a long two to me, but it's a three-pointer from Zavaski, and that makes the game 10-10.
And she leads all Pine Richland scorers with 6.
Rocco across to Drevna. She's going to shoot a long three, and it's just a little bit short. The rebound is fought for, and it's off of Pine Richland's Zavaski. She was battling Rocco for that rebound. In a lot of the playoff games we did last year, and in the one game I've seen the girls play this year, teams really like to defend North Catholic with the zone. And that's not the case here for Pine Richland.
Not at all.
And I kind of like that because the game is so much faster paced when you have man-to-man defense. There's Rocco on the drives you were talking about, but her layup is a little too strong. She misses it. Pine Richland wins the fight for the rebound, and Yarbrough is going to slow things down, running it up to the court. A three is good again from Gianna Reichard.
That's her second three.
And as your head was down, Lewandowski threw it all the way up the court to Waskowitz. Waskowitz may be leaking out as soon as those threes are taken, and she's gotten 2 easy baskets that way. Here is Sarah Pfeiffer trying to work against Lewandowski, but Lewandowski turns her away. Yarbrough back to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer to her sister, the freshman. Tries a mid-range jump shot. It doesn't go in. Trojanettes looking to push. Drevna to Waskowitz, and it's in!
Waskowitz again sneaking down the floor. And another board by Anastasia Peterson down low. The senior here who has been getting us a lot of playing time with some of the injuries on the Trojanettes.
And there's a travel and a turnover from Pine Richland. It is 14-13 North Catholic. Yeah, two really significant injuries for North Catholic, and unfortunately they're both season-ending injuries so far this year.
That's right.
It was Ava Walker, I think a torn ACL. She's out there supporting her teammates, of course, wearing a brace on her right leg, but she won't play this year. And then Sarah Lockery got injured 3-4 games into the season, also a season-ending injury. And those were really two outstanding young players for North Catholic that they're going to have to survive without this year.
That's right. You know, one of the things it'll be interesting to keep track of too, Sean, as we keep going, we saw Rocco get down the lane and then miss that layup. In the games I've seen the Trojanettes struggle, that's been one of the things they've struggled with is missing some easy shots. The other thing that Coach Rotman said is that one of the things they've struggled with defensively is stopping that dribble drive penetration. And as we've seen so far, Pine Richland not afraid to take the ball down the lane.
Yeah, so Pine Richland seems to be very proficient at something that the Trojanettes have struggled against this year. So they might struggle a little bit on defense, but it looks like offensively they've got a real plan, which is just run the fast break.
Indeed.
And that's gotten them a lot of easy baskets here so far this evening. Lewandowski is working on Sarah Pfeiffer. She's going to hand it to Elena Rocco. Rocco to Drevna up top. Drevna tries to go in. She was quickly double-teamed. The ball was knocked away by Zavaski, and it's a steal by Pine Richland. Katie Pfeiffer drove all the way into the lane and then gave it right away to Elena Rocco. She's on the fast break to Waskowitz, to Lewandowski, who puts it up and in with the left hand.
Nice job.
Another good fast break.
Yeah, another nice job on the extra pass there for the Trojanettes.
Yarbrough working on Rocco, gives it up to Sarah Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer kicks it out to Zavaski, and she gets into the lane but misses her layup.
Another
Rebound by
rebound
Peterson. Lewandowski up ahead to Rocco, and Rocco is fouled. That's going to be on Katie Pfeiffer.
Another rebound by Anastasia Peterson starts the break.
And she's not only getting the rebounds, she's getting rid of the ball very quickly.
Yep, finding that outlet pass, getting the ball up, and the Trojanettes are going to push when they get that opportunity.
Rocco's first free throw is good, giving North Catholic a 4-point lead, 17-13. North Catholic was up by 5 in the early going, and then Pine Richland was up by 3. So we've seen a couple lead changes already in this first quarter. Pretty high-scoring first quarter with North Catholic up 18-13. Katie Pfeiffer working on Drevna, gives it up to Zavaski. She gets into the lane easily, and Peterson's challenge was a little bit half-hearted there. Easy layup for Zavaski. 18-15 now. Lewandowski gets into the lane. Her shot is partially blocked. And there's a jump ball. Anna Waskowitz, even though she's not the tallest player on the court, is always going to fight for those offensive rebounds.
Anna Waskowitz is a scrapper. She is all over the court. She gets all on the floor. She mixes it up with girls who are much taller than her.
I said she wasn't the tallest player on the court, but she actually is the shortest starter, I think. Just being on floor level, she's about the same height as Tori Drevna, definitely taller than the other 3 girls in the starting lineup for the Trojanettes.
There is really not a lot of height disparity on the Trojanettes. It's a lot of the same height there.
Tori Drevna actually played tennis in the fall of her freshman year for us. I helped coach the tennis team.
That's right.
And she seemed really tall to me. Like she was much taller than many of the other girls in the tennis team. And here she's probably the 4th tallest person in the starting lineup for North Catholic. Lewandowski has it. Has North Catholic had the jump ball possession favor them. A scooping left-handed layup off a nice drive by Dacia, and she's the first player in double digits. I think she's got 10 points.
Trojanettes already up to 20. We got 2:17 to play here.
Another 3. That one was contested and led to a miss from Reigard. Her first 2 threes were uncontested, and she made those. North Catholic on the fast break. Drevna bounce pass to Peterson, and she was fouled on the floor. Neither of these teams, I think, is going to play a lot of players in this game.
Doesn't look like it.
Pine Richland's coach said they would probably only play about 6 or 7 players. North Catholic does the same. It'll be interesting to see if the teams can keep up this pace as Tori Drevna hits a 3.
So that gets her on the board for the first time.
And this is North Catholic's largest lead of the game at 8 points. Pfeiffer to Zavaski. This time Drevna turns her away, but Zavaski works again. Kicks out to Reichert, who gets into the lane. Lays it up and in with her left hand, but it misses, and North Catholic is away again. It's Elena Rocco. Nice pressure from behind as she turns the ball over. Katie Pfeiffer runs into Drevna, and Pfeiffer turns the ball over. Lewandowski head up, throws it ahead to Waskowitz, and she's going to throw it out of bounds. Tried to hurry her pass a little bit too much. Anastasia Peterson was open on the other side.
That little exchange right there, Sean, as a player is one of the toughest in the game, where you go all the way 90 feet up and down the court, nobody scores, immediate transition, and you go back the other way for a couple times. That's always tough.
And Anna Waskowitz is going to be called for her second foul of the game. If there is a flaw in her game, it's that she picks up a lot of fouls. And with not that many players, North Catholic doesn't have a very deep bench this year. They don't play a lot of people. Waskowitz might have to tone that down this year.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Don't want to have to go too deep into that bench.
The end of the game is Caitlin Tavella, junior number 22 for the Trojanettes. Zavaski gets into the lane and puts it in. Trojanet lead cut to 6. Lewandowski gives it off to Rocco. Rocco into the lane. She tried to shoot across her body. It was blocked, but the ball ends up in the hands of Lewandowski, and Zavaski also bothers her shot. Great defense that time down the court by Zavaski. And she's going to try to go end to end, and almost does it. Gets fouled by either Tavella or Drevna.
And it looks like that was going to be Tavella, so she comes in and picks up a foul quickly.
40 seconds left in the first quarter. North Catholic up by 6, 23-17. Zavaski's free throw is wide left.
Sean, I'm impressed with Zavaski. Big, tall, got some height, can dribble the ball. She looks good out there.
First substitution for Pine Richland, Tiffany Gathers, number 15, comes into the game. I'm also impressed with Zavaski. She's made an impact defensively and offensively already in this game. North Catholic has not been able to keep her out of the paint. That'll be something the Trojanettes want to fix on the defensive end. Last 30 seconds here of the first quarter. We'll see if North Catholic runs a normal offense or if they try to hold it for the last shot. Rocco dribbling up top. North Catholic just seems to be wasting time, and they are going to hold it for the last shot, I think. It's Lewandowski now with the ball up top. She's working on Sarah Pfeiffer. Gives it back to Elena Rocco, who gets a pick from Peterson. Rocco drives in. Scooping left-handed layup is just a little bit too strong. Pine Richland has 4 seconds. They're going to have to heave it up, and it almost goes in. What a really athletic shot from Katie Pfeiffer. It falls just short, and North Catholic takes a 5-point lead at the end of the first quarter. Whether you need a business headshot, family portrait, or you just want to remember that toothless grin of your 6-year-old, Dina Koenig Photography is at your service. Dina specializes in capturing the beauty of your family and creating customized wall art to decorate your home. Dina Koenig Photography is the official photographer of North Catholic Athletics. So Trojanettes with a 5-point lead after that first quarter. Phil, what stood out to you in the first 8 minutes of play?
Well, I've been impressed with the Trojanettes' transition. That's how they've gotten most of their baskets, is off that transition. As a matter of fact, only 2 3-pointers for the Trojanettes. And I'm impressed with Pine Richland. They are getting to the lane. Not a lot of shots are going in. If they start to drop, that could be a problem for the Trojanettes. And just like Coach Rotman had said, they're going to have to do a better job of stopping that dribble drive penetration.
Yeah, Zavaski was excellent at getting into the lane. Often she was working against the much smaller Anna Waskowitz. And Zavaski has, I think, started on the bench. maybe just for a rest.
Yeah, and she is the leading scorer in the game right now with 11 points. Daisha Lewandowski's got 10 for the Trojanettes. Nice steal by Tavella.
Tavella, nobody within 10 feet of her. She's going to lay it in.
You'd love to see that scoring from the bench.
Yeah, Tavella coming into the game having a positive impact. Here's Pfeiffer. That was Sarah Pfeiffer with a nice-looking mid-range jump shot. She was really quiet in that first quarter, but maybe it was because she was being guarded by Elena Rocco, who hits a three.
Wow!
That was even longer than her first three.
It was.
Yarborough gives it to Sarah Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer's into the lane this time. Good help defense for the Trojans. She kicks it out to her sister, whose three is wide left. Bounces up. And the foul is on Tiffany Gathers, loose ball foul. Peterson continuing to do yeoman's work down low.
That's right. She drew that foul with a good box out.
Foul situation, both teams have 5, so both teams I would anticipate would get into the bonus in this quarter. The only player I think on either team in any sort of potential foul trouble is Waskowitz with 2, but she's on the bench right now to prevent that third foul from happening. Drevna overshoots Tavella, and the Trojanettes turn it over.
Sean, Anastasia Peterson's going to get a little blow here, and in comes the other senior for the team, Karis Mundy, to give the Trojanettes a little presence in the post.
Rocco almost breaks up the pass, and she is on Zavasky, so they made a defensive switch there. Rocco staying in front of Zavasky. Drevna has been on Katie Pfeiffer pretty much the whole game. Zavasky again turned away by Rocco. Good defense.
Good defense. Very good. We want to see more of that.
Tiffany Gathers rushes a shot. It's a little bit long, and this time the ball is going to stay with Pine Richland. That was Zavasky who was able to bother Rocco enough that she couldn't secure the rebound.
That was probably the best job of defense on that dribble drive that I've seen the Trojanettes yet. Rocco, excellent job. Forcing the kick out. And the rest of the Trojanettes were there to cover that.
Pfeiffer out to Reichard. She gets in and is blocked by Lewandowski, who just put her hand up in the air.
Reichard's got 2 3-pointers. Both of them were great shots. I'm surprised that she's not trying to spot up a little bit more. She has not been afraid to take it to the hoop.
Yeah, wow. If Elena Rocco had turned her head around there, she would have intercepted that. Zavasky driving on Lewandowski.
And more good defense from the Trojanettes. Well done, Daisha Lewandowski.
Do you think that was a travel?
It was tough to tell from here. I probably would not have said it was.
I have kind of a theory that girls' games are called much tighter on travels than boys' games.
Yeah. Pick and roll. Good look. Good look on the pick and roll.
Yeah, they tried to get it into Karis Mundy. That looked like a play that you would see a lot of times in a boys' game.
Yes.
You get your step and a half kind of after you pick up your dribble.
Completely agree with you on that one, Sean.
Well, good hand from Elena Rocco, preventing the ball from getting to Reichard in the corner. (28-20), North Catholic up by 8. Much slower scoring pace here in the second quarter.
Yeah, it does feel like the game has slowed down quite a bit.
And that's a nice drive by Christina Yarbrough. Drevna looking to push. She's going to get into the lane, throws it into Karis Mundy, whose shot is blocked. Yarbrough, nice play there. Mundy is going to chase down the rebound, kicks it to Elena Rocco, wide open. 3 is in and out.
In and out.
And Pine Richland is going to look to fast break. It's Zavasky easily getting into the lane. Pine Richland giving North Catholic a taste of its own medicine with a fast break, and Zavasky keeps being the leading scorer for the game.
She's up to 13 now.
Rocco.
Good cut across by Rocco. That's what I'm talking about, Sean. We got to make those.
Yeah, that's 2 layups missed in a row. Last trip down by Mundy, that one by Rocco. Zavasky is now going to shoot a wide open 3. It's way long. Drevna with the rebound. She wants to push, throws it ahead, tipped away by Pine Richland, tipped back to Drevna. Drevna is going to get into the lane.
Ooh, she got a hand in the face, Sean. But she gets her own rebound and converts.
There were so many players in the lane there, I couldn't even tell who got the rebounds. But it was Drevna, and it's going to be an and one play for North Catholic. Anastasia Peterson is back to the game as the bench gives a hand to Karis Mundy. Drevna makes her free throw. I think she's got 6 on the night.
She does. Working hard there on the drive. Gets her own board. Puts it back up and converts and gets the and one.
Sarah Pfeiffer gives it to her sister Katie Pfeiffer. Now it's Yarbrough working against Peterson. And they're going to call Peterson for a foul defending Yarbrough.
Yeah, it's going to be Anastasia's second. And one more, and the Rams, the Lady Rams, will be in the bonus. Actually, both teams about ready to go into the bonus.
And we're just about halfway into the second quarter, so free throws could be important here in the first half, determining what the margin will be at halftime. Sarah Pfeiffer, a junior for the Rams, gives the ball off to her sister Katie Pfeiffer. And nice contest there by Drevna. North Catholic looking to run. It's Lewandowski, and she's going to get fouled before she's able to get to the basket.
That was a good contest from, was that Drevna on that drive. And it did force the miss, and it got the Trojanettes off and running.
Yeah, Daisha Lewandowski is a one-woman fast break.
Indeed.
She didn't need to have an outlets pass there. She just got the ball, saw a lot of open floor ahead of her, and took it right to the basket. She makes the crucial front end of the 1-and-1, misses the second, but Anastasia Peterson grabs the rebound and throws it out to Lewandowski. An extra possession for the Trojanettes. Lewandowski blows by a defender with the right
by
hand.
Daisha. Wow, the start and stop. Right down the lane, wide open shot.
Yeah, what did you see with that? What made her get to the basket so easily there, Phil?
It was that little hesitation move, right? It can be so tough. You give that little hesitation, the defender waits just a half a second, and then you already know that you're doing that hesitation, so you're already back in stride, you're already getting right to the hoop.
And that gives North Catholic its first double-digit lead of the evening, 34-24.
And Daisha's up to 13 points now, tied for the game high with Madison Zavasky, both of them with 13. I got to tell you, Sean, so far, things looking pretty good for the Trojanettes. And a good 10-point lead here. And they're earning their points. Let's see if Pine Richland can respond. A couple more made baskets by them. I mean, they're certainly getting plenty of shots to be in it.
Looks like North Catholic has switched up defense here, a 2-3. Zavasky drives in at the teeth of that 2-3 and misses her shot. And that's hard to do, driving into the heart of the zone yourself.
Absolutely.
Elena Rocco kicks it to the corner. Anastasia Peterson along, too. It was missed everything, a little bit too strong.
Oh, I think that's going to be an offensive foul that Coach Rotman was happy that they called. I heard a thank you from the bench there, the Trojanettes bench.
Yeah, who was that? That was on Zavasky, who was dribbling the ball down the court?
Yep.
Yeah, it was, the referee made like an arm bar motion. If you can get the ref to make that call as a coach, you're probably always happy.
Yep.
Lewandowski gets a pick. The pick and the roll.
Anna Waskowitz running the pick and roll. Just like you said, Sean, she does everything.
Yeah, that was a tough pass for her to get. There was a couple of defenders around her. And Zavasky with a rare miss on a layup. North Catholic has the rebound. Peterson waits patiently to give it to Lewandowski. She gets into the lane again, goes around everybody. But that was a good hand from one of the Pfeiffer sisters to really alter the shot for Lewandowski.
Yeah, just got caught up in a cradle in her arm as she was going up, because otherwise she was going to make that shot. She was headed right in.
Drevna is back on the floor. She's going to inbound the ball. Lewandowski has it outside behind the three-point arc. Rocco now to Drevna. Rocco cuts in, get the ball back. Tries a post move. Doesn't work. Waskowitz kicks it out to Tavella. Smart pass, entry pass into Lewandowski, and she's got a left-handed scoop layup from the post. Good ball movement there from the Trojanettes.
Great ball movement. Tavella, very smart, knowing to get it to the playmaker inside who had the post up. And a real nice touch from Daisha Lewandowski.
Zavaski, that's 3 in a row she's missed from the paint. It's an open 3 for Katie Pfeiffer, and that's good. North Catholic still up by 9, though, 36-27, as we get down to 2 minutes left in the half. Elena Rocco steps back, shoots a 3 of her own. It's a little bit long. And Lewandowski is fouled on the floor. That means she will shoot 1 and 1 with 2:10 remaining in the second quarter.
And that's on number 1, Sarah Pfeiffer. That's her second.
Lewandowski's first is good. North Catholic so far has put up 37 points. They've got a real good chance to get into the at least to 40 and maybe even into the mid-40s here in this first half, which is a lot of points.
That
in the first half. Pine Richland still working against this North Catholic 2-3 zone. Tavella bothering Zavaski. Timeout by Coach DiGregorio of the Rams. And we'll take a short break in the action here.
North Catholic averaging 57 points per game so far this year. So
this is well above their season average. I think some of that has to do with how Pine Richland plays. I think a lot of teams in North Catholic's 3A classification know they're a little overmatched. And when you're overmatched, you can either, I think, do one of two things. Play absurdly fast and take a ton of threes, or slow things down. Play a zone defense because you can't guard Elena Rocco, Daisha Lewandowski, Tori Drevno one-on-one. And I think that's the option that a lot of teams choose, and that's why the scores are so low for North Catholic.
I think that's exactly right, Sean, and I think that this Pine Richland team, they probably came into this game not thinking that they needed to do something special to battle against the Trojanettes. I think they probably said, we're going to play our game, right? And that's what they've been doing so far. Certainly, the scouting report that Coach Rotman gave us has proven true in what they wanted to do.
I think the one unexpected thing really has been how successful North Catholic has been on the fast break.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was a concerted effort at practice, practicing maybe leaking out. If you're defending near a 3, we saw Anna Waskowitz do that really well. And then, of course, Daisha Lewandowski, as I said, has been a fast break all on her own. She's just so good in the open court.
Look at the great fundamentals from Lewandowski on defense, too. Right, arms wide and up, good defensive stance. I'll tell you, that's one thing that we get a great view of down here courtside, Sean.
There, Pine Richland, it was slow developing, but they are able to get it to Zavaski in a soft spot in the middle of the zone. And she was able to score to get the deficit back under double digits. 8-point lead for the Trojanettes. Lewandowski is just driving right away. She gets fouled, goes to the line to shoot 2.
Lady Rams would definitely like to keep this game under double digits here heading into halftime.
In the first quarter, it was North Catholic not able to guard Zavaski at all. Couldn't keep her out of the paint. In this quarter, Pine Richland cannot guard Daisha Lewandowski. She's just getting the ball, whether it's the fast break or from a set position in the half court, and her first step is just blowing by her defenders, and it's resulting in layups, and in this case, a foul.
She's already got 16 points here in the first half.
I was going to say make that 17, but that free throw
out.
just missed. But that's the second offensive rebound off a free throw. Drevna, a 3, a little bit short. Lewandowski flies in, grabs the rebound. Jump ball.
Jump ball. Interesting. Boy. Yeah, that was impressive from Lewandowski. She came out of nowhere and got some height.
Drevna will inbound the ball after a timeout from, I think, Pine Richland.
Sean, you mentioned the tail of the 2 quarters. There was Zavaski in the first and Lewandowski in the second. The interesting thing from Zavaski's perspective is she still has been getting to the rim, but just nothing has been going in for her.
And that's not to say she hasn't scored. I think she's got 5 or 6 points in this quarter.
That's right. she's still at 15 herself. So certainly nothing to shake a stick at. Is that a saying, Sean? Shake a stick at? I think it is.
I think it is. Yes.
Yeah.
I would agree.
I turn to all my literary checks to Sean Malone here. He can help me out with that stuff.
I don't know if that's literary. There's no literary reference there. It's just kind of a.
It's not a reference, I agree, but it's words, so it's literary.
Okay. And now the Trojanettes will inbound the ball. It's Lewandowski. She's going to work against Pfeiffer, but instead throws it down low to Rocco. Rocco brings the ball back out, uses a Drevna motion to get into the lane, and Zavaski with a nice rebound. She took it away from Drevna. Good job by Tavella.
Great job.
Yeah.
Agreed.
To stop the fast break, making Pine Richland earn this basket in the half court.
Again, the Trojanettes in the 2-3. And that's an interesting thing. Not something you typically see. I mean, you always see it from them on inbounds plays, but not typically setting up in the half court.
I think they had a couple people who were in foul trouble, and they wanted to prevent, it was Waskowitz and Peterson from getting their third foul, or maybe just not having Tavella and Mundy guard these Pine Richland players one-on-one, as Pine Richland's going to hold it for the last shot against North Catholic's 2-3 zone.
Yeah, this is definitely slowing the game down.
Katie Pfeiffer's got to go. There's under 10 seconds left. She's looking for Zavaski in the middle. They get it there. Zavaski goes right around Mundy, and she's fouled.
A little surprised at how easily Zavaski got it in the middle of the floor there.
Yeah, someone has got to mark her as she's just cutting into the middle of the zone, whether that's Mundy stepping up, Rocco coming down from her spot. That was way too easy for Zavaski in the middle of the zone as she makes the first to make the game 37-30. With 2 seconds left, North Catholic's probably not going to have time to get a shot off, especially when the shot is missed. But,
oh my!
Wow.
Oh my!
An offensive rebound by Christina Yarborough, and then she puts it up and in at the buzzer.
Wow, and she muscled that thing. She grabbed that, not only muscled it to get the board, but then muscled it back up. And that cuts the Trojanettes' lead down to 5. So where I said they hope to keep it under double digits, they cut it in half.
Yeah, an unfortunate end of the first half there for North Catholic.
We're serenaded by the NC Trojan Army as the student section walks by the table here.
Yeah, I like the theme tonight is clearly sports jerseys.
Yep.
Lots of basketball jerseys. We've got a Penguins jersey as well. Lucius Marbella with a throwback Kevin Durant Oklahoma City jersey.
And,
what a team that was when they had Durant, Westbrook, and Harden. Not to mention Steven Adams, Serge Ibaka. And then they just gave all those players away. I don't know if they felt like they couldn't keep them all, but
indeed. So here we are, Sean, 37-32 at the half. Little unfortunate end there for the Trojanettes because they really were playing pretty well. Had extended that lead to 10, I think was the largest it ever got. But let the Lady Rams get back into it a little bit there at the end.
Yeah, what do you think what did Pine Richland do in the last 4 minutes of that? North Catholic didn't score, of course, for the last 2 minutes and 12 seconds after Lewandowski missed, I think, both of her free throws. But what did you see Pine Richland doing there at the end of the half?
Well, I think it was really that last minute, maybe even the last 30 seconds, 2 possessions. They had 2 possessions by virtue of getting that rebound, and it made all the difference in the world. I'm curious to see if this game slows down, it continues into the second half, because we were at a torrid pace there to begin with. It'll be interesting to see if that pace comes back.
Yeah, when the game did slow down, that is when Pine Richland made a little bit of a comeback.
Agreed.
North Catholic went to that 2-3 zone, I think, to slow things down a little bit. And Pine Richland really took its time working against the zone, but they were effective against it. It was either one of the Pfeiffer sisters getting the ball up top, dribbling to their right, waiting for Zavatsky to move in from the left into the soft center of the zone, and from there she just took it right to the basket, was either fouled or made a layup. And then, of course, the nice basket by Yarborough at the end. I think that's how Pine Richland scored 5 points to cut the deficit from 10 to 5.
That's right. All right. How about we take a little break here from the North Catholic Sports Network, and we'll be back for the second half. Welcome back to Trojan Game Day from Barth and Graham Court on the campus of North Catholic.
We are under a minute away from the start of the second half of a game between the Pine Richland Rams and your North Catholic Trojanettes. The Trojanettes lead by 5 points, 37-32. That 5-point lead was the same at the end of the first quarter, where they outscored the Rams 23-18. In the second quarter, both teams slowed down a little bit, and it was 14-14 in that second quarter. Let's go from the perspective of Pine Richland first, Phil. What are some adjustments you want to make heading into the second half from the first half?
So I think we're trying to focus on making our layups, number one, right? Because we've taken enough shots to be in this. We're only down by 5. Actually, that's a real big thing we're taking away. But we got to do something to stop the Trojanettes in transition too. Maybe not lose track of our folks, because we saw a couple Trojanettes leak away and find themselves wide open. But otherwise, in the half court, they've defended fairly well. Certainly, they've only given up a couple of deep threes. So, yeah, I mean, I think I'm in a pretty good. Certainly, I'm Pine Richland. I'm feeling just fine where I'm at right now.
And then let's do the flip side from North Catholic's perspective. What do you want to keep going from that first half, or what do you think they need to fix?
You need to keep getting to the rim like they have been. No doubt about that. Need to continue to rebound. If Pine Richland's going to miss, don't give them any second shots on the offensive side, right? Continue to get those defensive boards.
I think this third quarter is going to be key. North Catholic's one disappointing loss this year. You mentioned they got outscored by more than 20 in the third quarter, and they had a halftime lead against Oakland Catholic.
That's right.
So you don't want to see that type of thing happen in the third quarter here, as Zavasky starts the third quarter off with a turnover on a travel, and North Catholic will go to work against Pine Richland's man-to-man defense.
It was an odd turnover by Zavasky, because all she had to really do was take a turn, and she had the height advantage. She could have shot a little jump shot or a little hook shot.
Yeah, she got right into the paint and didn't even look to shoot.
Yeah.
Lewandowski now kicks it out to Elena Rocco. Rocco drives in, and she is blocked by Zavasky.
That drive there from Rocco, just a little too wide, right? It didn't come off that corner and come down the lane. It kind of continued to extend outward, and then she's got to get her hand out and reach. She's got to get a lot of spin off the backboard on that. It's a tough shot.
Yeah, good defense by Zavasky.
Wow.
Lewandowski just jumps in between two people as she falls to the court, makes a layup. She's had a fantastic afternoon. A three-pointer is on the way and misses from Sarah Pfeiffer. Trojanettes look to run Lewandowski to Rocco, and she can't collect the pass, but Drevna on the ground rips the ball away. Anastasia Peterson.
Trojanettes didn't convert in transition there, but it was another example of a defensive rebound. They got out quick, and Rocco was wide open.
Drevna, her three is slightly off kilter to the left. The ball is thrown almost to me over the head of Zavasky.
They saw you were open on the sideline there, Sean.
Yeah. That is another plus side of being near the court, is that we can catch the ball if it's thrown to us. I could have dove out of my seat for that one, but
we want to make sure.
Elena Rocco, a deep three, and it's good. That's such a smart adjustment there from Rocco. Zavasky, the last time she drove in against Zavasky, as Sarah Pfeiffer answers with a three of her own. But the last time Rocco drove against Zavasky and got the shot blocked, Zavasky played off her that time, and Rocco took the three. Waskowitz with an air ball that goes right to Drevna, who turns around and lays it in with the chance for a three-point play. Drevna has done a really good job in the second half on the boards, just fighting for rebounds, not afraid to go after rebounds, even though, again, she's not the biggest player on the floor.
And she converts that three-point play.
And she's almost at double figures as well. Rocco and Lewandowski are already there for North Catholic.
Back to 10 for the Trojanettes.
Yeah, quickly, a 5-0 run here in the third quarter. Oh, wow, that's a nice shot from Christina Yarborough. A powerful step in, gets Rocco going backwards. She pops up and makes a mid-range jumper.
Yeah, and those mid-range are tough. You got to have a nice touch on it.
Lewandowski now working against Yarborough, and she gets, I was going to say, some help from behind, as Zavasky may have blocked it, but I think they're going to give a foul on Yarborough. Oh no, that's going to be on Zavasky.
Yeah, it's her second. You notice on that drive, Sean, Lewandowski was able to make a little bit more happen, including drawing the foul, because, again, that angle down the lane was a lot tighter. She was coming more straight down the lane as opposed to across it. Yeah. And Zavasky, not much of a choice other than to foul her. You know, one thing let's talk about here for the Trojanettes is 4 3-pointers so far on the day, 3 of those from Elena Rocco, who does not have a field goal, does not have a 2-point field goal, and she does typically get those slashing shots at the bucket, but right now contributing 11 points from the free throw line and from the 3-point line.
Yeah, she's just a fantastic 3-point shooter. I think if we would go back and look at the game, she probably averages 3 or 4 made 3-point field goals a game. And considering that she started every game as a freshman, I wonder what the 3-point record for North Catholic is, because she's going to have a chance to break it by the time she graduates.
I would love to know that myself. I would not be surprised if Tess Myers owns that record, also a 4-year starter. Tess at Duquesne these days.
Yeah, playing with another great Whippio player, Megan McConnell.
That's right.
The son of longtime Chartiers boys and girls head coach. A 3-pointer from Katie Pfeiffer is good. North Catholic was up by 10, but the lead is now right back at 5 where it was to start this half. So back and forth kind of affair here.
Oh, that's a lazy pass.
Yeah, lazy
Trojanettes
pass.
got lucky.
And Anna Waskowitz can't make the layup, but she stops, goes up and gets the ball, dives on the floor, throws it back out to Anastasia Peterson, who hands it to Elena Rocco. Rocco drives in, scoops it up there with her left hand and gets fouled. That was a nice move to draw a foul there from Elena Rocco.
That's right. And another great job by Anna Waskowitz working hard down low. Got her own rebound on a short layup. Left it short, but grabbed that rebound right away. Kept the ball alive and the possession alive for the Trojanettes.
Rocco misses a free throw. North Catholic has missed a lot of free throws, I feel like, in this game so far.
Yeah, I agree. We're not keeping that stat, but there's 2 right there.
Yeah, that's 2
the
from
board.
Rocco. Lewandowski's missed at least 3 or 4. Pfeiffer drives in against Waskowitz. Has to kick it back out to Zavasky. She is turned away by Lewandowski. Sarah Pfeiffer now swings it out to Yarborough. Trojanettes switch. Yarborough goes against Drevna. Yarborough is tough to handle on drives as well. She gets her shoulder into you.
She does.
Uses her strength to back people into the lane. And that time, Drevna gets caught with a foul.
You know, Sean, it's one thing. It's like you said, the strength. It's one thing to get your shoulder down and maybe displace that defender, but then to have the strength to then get the ball up to the rim at the same time. Yarborough doing a very nice job of that.
Yeah, but just like North Catholic, Pine Richland missing a few free throws. Yarborough misses the first, makes the second though, and Pine Richland is back within 4. Lewandowski, nice crossover, gets into the lane. A floater with the right hand is good.
Lewandowski now up to 20.
She's just so hard to stop one-on-one. A long
Reichard.
3 this time is
in and
missed
out.
by Reichard. Rebound by Zavasky. Kicks out to Yarborough. Yarborough's going to try to go in. Her pass was kicked away by Elena Rocco.
Reichard just missed her 3rd 3-pointer there. It basically went in and out.
Yeah, Pine Richland has shot well from behind the arc here in the second half to keep things close as they trail by 6. Sarah Pfeiffer to Zavasky. Zavasky gets in. And it's going to be a travel again.
And that was actually a good call there. I had a good view of that. That was a 1 extra step.
Lewandowski calls up a play. She brings it up the court. She's guarded by Sarah Pfeiffer. Dribbles to her right. Throws it into Drevna. Drevna with a quick turn, but she misses her layup. Lewandowski, though, Johnny on the spot, grabs the rebound, and she's fouled where she'll head to the line.
It's a classic Trojanettes play there.
Yeah, what did you see on that play, Phil?
That they bring the player up to the elbow. They fake the handoff, and sometimes they'll actually give the handoff, but they fake the handoff there. And Drevna takes it to the hoop. Unfortunately, missed it. I thought maybe Drevna had gotten fouled even, but they did not call it.
Lewandowski made her first, put the Trojanettes up by 7. Misses her second, and North Catholic will have to run back on defense here. Zavatsky to the corner to an open Sarah Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer is short, but smartly follows her own rebound. Kicks it out to Reichard. She fires a 3. That's long. Drevna fights for the rebound and rips it away.
Nice
from
job by Tori.
Zavatsky.
Fighting against Zavatsky.
And she's going to lead the fast break, go end to end, and almost scoops it in. That would have been a pretty fantastic effort from Drevna to get a tough rebound and then go all the way herself.
And now some tough defense by Drevna on the drive.
Yeah, that's Yarborough, which means it really is tough defense.
Yeah, and a smart play by Yarborough there to just throw it off of Drevna to maintain the possession.
Zavatsky misses the layup.
Wow, yeah.
And Waskowitz is able to get her own rebound.
You know what?
Get the rebound that was contested, but she steps on the end line.
I don't know if you saw that too, Sean, but Anna Waskowitz there having to be a little bit careful with the fouls that she's got. She did not, even there, she kind of didn't defend it fully. Luckily,
Zavatsky
Zavatsky
continuing
misses
to struggle from inside as Lewandowski to Rocco, a short little 5 or 6 footer. She's got touch from inside the arc too. Elena Rocco now has 13 points. It is Reichard with another 3. That's 3 missed 3s in a row from her.
Yeah,
well,
nothing going
really
in.
Probably up to 5 or 6 after she made her first 2.
And in general, nothing going in for the Rams right now. Zavatsky is really struggling down low. None of the 3-point attempts are going in. And where they had gotten it down to...
Yeah, so this has been a half of runs so far. North Catholic was 5-0, then it was Pine Richland 5-0, and now North Catholic is 5-0 again. Actually, Pine Richland was 6-0 because they got it within 4 points. Peterson up ahead. She is fouled, and she will have a chance to get a double-digit lead again for North Catholic, as this is something Pine Richland did not want to see, North Catholic getting more success on the fast break.
Another missed free throw for the Trojanettes. Holy cow.
And that one hit the left side of the rim, the backboard, the front of the rim, and it just didn't want to go in. Peterson's second. That one was long to the right, but Anna Waskowitz tracks down the rebound, throws it into Elena Rocco, who turns quickly and puts it in.
And like that, Rocco up to 15.
Waskowitz doing the dirty work as always. Sarah Pfeiffer. And Waskowitz almost gets a steal, a little overzealous, and she's going to pick up her 3rd foul.
Yeah, Waskowitz with 3 fouls with 1:50 left to go in the 3rd. That's not a terrible spot to be in.
Yeah, you would figure maybe with under a minute she might get out for the rest of this quarter, but we'll see what Coach Rotman does. Waskowitz now has the tough task of guarding Zavatsky. Zavatsky again misses the layup, but gets her own rebound and puts that one in.
She's up to 18 now. Boy, could have a whole lot more if some more of those had fallen.
Lewandowski gets turned away, but hands it off to Rocco, who gives it out to Waskowitz. Waskowitz couldn't decide which way she wanted to dribble and travels. The ball will go back over to Pine Richland, who trails by 9. Drevna is in the game for Waskowitz with those 3 fouls. Caitlin Tavella is also in.
I saw right before Waskowitz picked up that foul, Tavella had come in for Drevna, and so I figured it would probably be just a quick little rest for Tori, and then they would get Anna back out of there.
You know, Elena Rocco and Daisha Lewandowski never, ever come out of the game.
They do not.
It's incredible.
Yeah, incredible motors.
Zavatsky misses another shot from inside, and Rocco, tireless, leads the fast break, gives it up ahead to Lewandowski. She misses, but Rocco had run the floor the entire way and just planted herself on the block, got the rebound. She's going to the line.
Excellent transition by the Trojanettes. That's Sarah Pfeiffer's 4th foul.
I hadn't even been paying attention to the fouls on Pine Richland. Sarah Pfeiffer, a junior for the Rams. Her sister, Katie Pfeiffer, is a freshman. And Katie will now come in for Sarah. Rocco makes her second free throw, putting North Catholic up by 11, which is pretty close to their largest lead of the game. It's Yarborough working on Drevna now. Zavatsky has it. Rocco is on her. And a shot that is too strong. That time from Pine Richland's Tiffany Gathers will go off the foot of a Rams player. Out of bounds for North Catholic. With 24 seconds left to play, you would assume they're going to hold it for the last shot.
I think you're right on that, Sean.
Lewandowski dribbles to her right. Gives it to Rocco. There's it was an actual handoff that time, but it didn't work. Rocco, give her too much room. And she's going to make the three. Elena Rocco, biggest lead of the night for the Trojans, 14. And Rocco's forced three-pointer thrown up by Katie Hardy at the buzzer. No good. A really nice third quarter from North Catholic. They lead 57-43.
I'll tell you what, Sean, that quarter didn't seem like it was going to go the Trojanettes' way. And then here at the end, it's a 14-point lead. Really nice job at the end of it. Elena Rocco now up to 20 points on 4 3-pointers and picking up a couple 2-point baskets as well.
It was 45-41, maybe 3 minutes into that third quarter. And from there, North Catholic has gone on a 12-2 run.
Yeah. And a lot of that is just the shooting woes of Pine Richland. We're not keeping the stat of exactly what their shooting percentage is, but it cannot be good.
Yeah, they had made 2 threes pretty quickly there in the third quarter. But since then, Reichard has missed a lot of threes. Zavatsky has missed a lot of shots in close. And the Rams are really struggling from the field now. And that three-pointer from Rocco could be bigger than just a normal 3 points, right? You keep it around 10, you feel like you can come back. 14, just to me, seems a lot bigger than 11. And just the way that was, too. Pine Richland defended the dribble handoff pretty well. They almost stole the ball. And then Zavatsky just didn't get out far enough to Rocco.
Yeah.
You have to guard her 4 or 5 feet behind the three-point line.
Absolutely.
Because she's not afraid to shoot it. And she's good enough to make it, too.
The other tough thing about that, Sean, is the big three-pointer at the end of the quarter, and the Trojanettes get possession to start the fourth.
Yeah, so it could be, if they make a 3 here, that's a 6-point swing from 11 to 17. Pine Richland looks like they're going to a little bit more aggressive on defense here.
That's right.
Drevna, though, wide open for 3. Her 3 is good. North Catholic up by 17 now. And Pine Richland's got to score a lot, and they've got to score quickly. It's Zavatsky struggling to have anybody to pass to. Sarah Pfeiffer is back into the game with 4 fouls. Getting right into the lane is
nice
Reichard.
take.
That's a good start for Pine Richland on offense in this quarter. Reichard had struggled from behind the arc, decides to go for the 2-pointer instead.
All right.
Waskowitz just walks right through everybody.
All right, Sean, we got to play. Was that a walk or was that a Euro step? Because I sure thought that was a walk.
The referees clearly thought it was a Euro step. I mean, that looks like something that happens 5-6 times a game in a boys' basketball game.
It does.
I'm glad they just let it go. That didn't look like a walk to me. Drevna, give and go with Lewandowski. And they're going to say that Katie Pfeiffer was just standing right there.
Yeah, if Katie had held her ground, she might have been able to get the charge. Is that Waskowitz? No.
Foul is going to be on Caitlin Tavella. It's a shooting foul, which means Christina Yarbrough is going to be on the line for the Rams. Nothing but net on that first free throw. The second misses, but the rebound goes to Reichard. North Catholic didn't box out well enough. Reichard drives in, but it's way too strong. Drevna looking to push. It's Lewandowski, got a little bit too deep. Didn't have any angle to bank it in there.
Yeah, and I thought she had the extra pass there. If she could have gone to Waskowitz on the other side.
but makes up for that offensive mistake. Just sprints back on defense
Yep.
and makes Pine Richland turn the ball over. Elena Rocco smartly doesn't throw a pass ahead to Waskowitz. There was too many Pine Richland players there. Drevna just misses a mid-range jumper, but North Catholic is going to get the rebound. Drevna throws it into Rocco. What a pretty pass and cut there. Elena Rocco with the old North Catholic, who was their coach, Dean Smith. Just point to the person who gave you that pass.
Yep.
Nice assist from Drevna.
And you said North Catholic. I think you meant North Carolina.
Sorry, yeah.
All story programs, though.
Yes. Yeah. Although North Carolina has struggled the
Yeah.
last couple of years, if you've paid attention to
They have.
men's Division I basketball.
So now here, Sean, they are doing the drawing for the 50-50 here. I'm not sure if you'd heard, but the 50-50 today is being run by North Catholic alum Hans Rotman. The name obviously familiar there. He's the son of Coach Molly Rotman, was a boys basketball player here for many years, won some Whitfield titles. And all proceeds for today's 50-50 are going to help with the medical bills for 2020 North Catholic alum Brooke Sturgis. Brooke had a heart transplant and is awaiting a kidney transplant. And so Hans took it upon himself to organize this for the entire day, and he's been working that 50-50 all day long. So a really nice job there by Hans and a great cause.
Yeah, hopefully he gets to raise a lot of money. Really sad what happened to Brooke Sturgis, a really lovely girl. I had her in class when she was a sophomore. But hopefully she's on the road to recovery, and any of the money that we can raise tonight gives her some help.
Agreed.
6:03 left in the fourth quarter. North Catholic up by 18. And we're getting just more and more people are filtering in, getting ready for the boys game after this, and they get to see some really good girls action here in this fourth quarter too. Daisha Lewandowski.
And if you're the Trojanettes, I mean, you've got to be really happy with where you are right now. And I mean, this game has still got a ways to go with Lewandowski on the drive and the score. But you're up by 20 now on a 6A opponent. And that's got to feel good after some of the losses earlier in the season to some of the higher classification teams.
Ball goes ahead to Rocco. She gives it back to Drevna. One touch pass to Waskowitz. Waskowitz drives in. Nice block from Zavasky. Peterson will re-enter the game for Tavella, who's played a good game off the bench tonight.
She really has. Maybe we will see some additional Trojanettes coming off the bench here late in this game if this lead continues to get bigger.
Waskowitz throws it down to Rocco. One touch patch to Peterson, who fires up a long two, and it's good.
That's
Anastasia Peterson on the board.
Yep, her first 2 points of the game. Congratulations, Anastasia.
A long two-pointer from Tiffany Gathers. Pine Richland answers right back, but North Catholic 20-point lead with just under 5 minutes left. This game is probably out of reach unless North Catholic starts turning the ball over a lot. Lewandowski misses a left-handed runner. Ball is being dribbled up by Yarborough. She gives it to Sarah Pfeiffer for a three. That three misses. The Rams continue to struggle from behind the arc here in the second half. Drevna kicks it to Rocco to the wing. She drives in. And it gets a foul from Zavasky. That's going to be Zavasky's fourth. Rocco and Lewandowski are having quite a fight here for high scorer in this game.
That's right.
It's right now Lewandowski with 23, but Rocco can pass her if she makes both of these free throws. She gets the first. And the second as well. Rocco now with 24 points.
And the Trojanettes up to 70. Well above their season average.
Pine Richland running its weave up top. Zavasky driving in.
Oh,
Called
wow.
for the offensive foul. pushing off with her left arm.
That is her 5th. Am I right on that, Sean? It is. That is the 5th for Zavaski. That's unfortunate. I thought that was a tough foul. I haven't seen them calling that much in this game so far. I mean, Yarborough has had a couple of those that they haven't called.
I think they called another one on Zavaski earlier over by the scorer's table.
That's
so
right.
Two of her 5 fouls of the same variety. A push-off. Maybe you just got to be smart enough not to do it again once you get called for the first one.
Well, and you know what? Sometimes when you're a little bit bigger, you're going to get called for those than when you're one of the smaller players.
Yeah, that's a great point as well. Yarborough tries an up and under move. That would have been pretty impressive.
That would have been very impressive.
North Catholic still trying to go up and down the court, but Pine Richland got back really well that time to force a jump ball and take possession away from the Trojanettes. Karis Mundy is in the game again for Anna Waskowitz.
And the Trojanettes look maybe back in a 2-3 again there, I think.
Drevna does a nice job to escape from Reichert and just is going to go right down the lane and almost scoops the layup in.
I love the intensity and the drive from Reichert here late in this game, right? No quit.
Yeah, none at all, even though her team is really struggling. And it looks like she may have hurt her ankle there. She walked back pretty slow.
And it's a little bit of a mismatch to put Reichert on Mundy. Somebody needs to switch there.
Peterson gives it up to Lewandowski. And there's a timeout from North Catholic. And I feel like we might see some more players come into the game for North Catholic out of this timeout as the Trojanettes are up by 22 points.
That's right. Leading scorers so far in this game, Elena Rocco with 24 and Daisha Lewandowski with 23. Tori Drevna has also contributed 13 for the Trojanettes, and Zavaski, the leading scorer for the Lady Rams, with 18, and unfortunately has fouled out, and nobody else in double digits here for the Lady Rams. So unfortunately the scoring just has not come from anywhere else, and when it dried up from Zavaski, it dried up for the Lady Rams completely.
I think Pine Richland has really been hurt by only playing 6 players in this game. But North Catholic has only played 7, which I think just throws into relief just in what great shape Rocco and Lewandowski are in. Because not only did they play the whole game, but they led the fast break the whole game. They're sprinting up and down the court, doing most of the hard work for offense for North Catholic. They just don't seem to get tired.
They do not. It is impressive. And you know what? They play a lot of basketball, so it's not like they've got always fresh legs either.
North Catholic not yet going deep into its bench. The starters are still out there for the most part. As Lewandowski retakes the lead from Rocco, 25-24 now in terms of points. In the game, though, North Catholic is up by 24 points, 72-48.
Nice rebound there by Karis Mundy.
Let's see if we can get Karis Mundy some points. And then every North Catholic player to hit the court today will have scored.
I would love to see that.
Lewandowski working against Pfeiffer. She gets in.
Wow.
Left-handed running shot off the glass.
And not just that, but a great crossover.
I think this game has shown why a lot of teams play North Catholic in a zone. Lewandowski is really, really hard to guard in man-to-man. And she's so quick that sometimes she's going to beat the help. Or she can stop and shoot a mid-range shot as well. As there, a 3 finally goes in from Christina Yarborough to put Pine Richland over 50 points.
And she breaks into double digits with 11. See there again, Rocco a little bit too wide on that drive and had to really reach and just didn't have quite enough spin on it to get it into the hoop.
That seemed to almost be her strategy on drives. She's so long.
I agree, it almost does.
She gets the shot off so quick that she just goes around people. But sometimes the drive maybe is too wide, as a three-pointer is missed by Tiffany Gathers from Pine Richland. Almost under a minute now to play, 74-51. Trojanettes with a dominant second half. They were only up by 5, but they've outscored Pine Richland by 18 so far here in the second half.
You know, Sean, there's always a question about when a team goes cold shooting, as Pine Richland has, how much of that is their own doing and how much of that is caused by the defense. And I think we might have a little bit of both. I mean, I think the Trojanettes have had some really good defense, and, you know, some of the wide open shots from the Lady Rams, just maybe that's their own doing.
I think the missing of the wide open threes really hurt Pine Richland, because when you start making threes, that often opens up more drives for you. And when they weren't making those threes, North Catholic could really sit on their drives, and they did a much better job making layups tougher for Pine Richland in the second half. Under a minute to play now. It is Sarah Pfeiffer kicking it out to her sister Katie Pfeiffer. Her three is long, rebounded though by Gathers. Sarah Pfeiffer with a three. That misses off to the left. Gathers can't quite get it.
Number 14, Riley Curtis into the game for the Trojanettes.
And number 14, Delaney Jamison into the game for Pine Richland. Drevna kicks it to Mundy. Mundy gives it to Waskowitz. Running right-hand shot as she dribbles across the lane. That's good. Waskowitz with 9 on the afternoon, or I guess evening by now. Under 10 seconds, likely last shot of the game here if Pine Richland wants to take one. And Yarborough does, fighting to the end. She has made 2 buzzer beaters in this game,
yes.
Christina Yarborough, but her team loses by 23.
And very fitting, it ends on a Yarborough push down the lane. And now that the game is concluded here, we are going to have the presentation of the awards here. Going to be presented by Medio Monty. There's going to be the Kathy Hickey Monty 6th Man Award. And the MVP award will be the Don Barth MVP award.
In honor of the Don Graham Classic, we have 2 awards to be presented by Medio Monty. The Kathy Hickey Monty 6th Man Award goes to Tiffany Gathers. And the Don Barth MVP Award goes to Elena Rocco.
And as you may have heard there, that Kathy Hickey Monty 6th Man Award to Tiffany Gathers and the Don Barth MVP Award to Elena Rocco, as called here by Sean Malone, courtside. Double duty for Sean.
What do you think about the MVP Award choice? Tough choice between Rocco and Lewandowski.
You know what? Yeah, I think I might have given it to Lewandowski. I think I would have given it to Lewandowski over Rocco. Neither is a bad choice, but
if my memory serves me correctly, Lewandowski ended up winning the award last year.
Oh.
So maybe they're just trying to spread the MVP award around. In favor of Rocco, even though she scored less points, I would say that her 3 at the end of the third quarter was a backbreaker.
Total backbreaker, and as like you said, it led into the possession. And then I had said it was going to lead into the next possession, and you'd said if they get the 3-pointer on that possession, it's a 6-point swing, which it ended up being as Drevna hit that 3.
And the boys team is going to take the court. I think we might be having a player interview, but no, we're not doing that. So join us in just under 15 minutes. You can switch over to the boys broadcast. That will do it for our coverage here of this game. Switch over to our upcoming broadcast for the boys game, which will start at about 7:07. For our entire crew here at NCSN, thank you for watching our coverage of Trojanettes basketball.